Good morning, peeps. All my little recovery people. Um, I had my little house meeting this morning. Every week we have a house meeting to, because this place is democratically ran, which means majority vote. And although I'm not a Democrat, but we ain't talking politics here. But I actually can't vote or nothing like that anyway, so I don't really get into all that stuff. But anyway, today is the 11th, and every week we have our house meeting to make sure everything's running smooth here. A couple weeks ago we let a couple things slide that that we caught, because when stuff like, we're a house full of addicts. You start letting you start letting something slide, the next thing you know, that's how whole houses crash. So we was able to reel that in though, and get it all under control. Strategies for optimism. Being spiritually awake, we can see the miracles that surround us even when life is difficult. Living Clean, Chapter 7, Awakenings. Optimism is one of those spiritual principles that, perhaps too simplistically, gets merged with a personality trait. It's true that some of us easily see the positive side of things because that's who we are. But more of us are wired differently. For those of us who aren't born optimists, we can use optimism as a strategy to shift our perspective. It takes effort, sometimes enormous effort, to open our eyes to see life's bounty and beauty during dark times. To me, a member wrote, optimism means that even if I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, I can keep checking to see if one appears. And that's the miracle, and the miracle is that it eventually does, even if it's tiny, because we risk rejection, disappointment by doing so. It takes courage to keep peering into that darkness. Optimism can sometimes be found when we take a moment to look outside our own woes. When I can't discern the good in my life, wrote another, I look at someone else's. I see the road they've traveled and their transformation against all odds. Sometimes it takes one breath to shift my perspective. Other times I need a crowbar. When we look at ourselves, we're self-obsessed, obsessed with what was taken away from us and what we've never had. Some of us find our optimism strategy is the simple benefit of the gratitude list, or it's allowing others to care for us in our time of need, rather than driving them away with our indulgence in I got this, or poor me, or it's prayer and expression of trust in our higher power. Optimism alone can save us from utter despair and self-destruction. We need perseverance, hope, and lots of gratitude. One addict put it like this: the only way to have what I want is to want what I have. I'm relieved that I don't have to be optimistic to practice this principle. I will make every effort to see the miracles around me, or at least I can commit to finding strategies to help me keep looking. Yeah, man, I try to be optimistic. I try to see the better things, be grateful for what I got. I know that I'm a hard worker, and when I put my mind to things, I get it done. You know, man, I've been fortunate to have some people that help me, like my brothers and some other people as well. And a couple of these guys, they think I'm just like some spoiled brat dude that his family takes care of, because they're always like, well, your brother this, your brother that. But like, what they don't know is, like, years ago I drugged them off the bus, right, and helped them stay clean and showed them a different way to live. So But I stay optimistic. I'm grateful. I was looking at my car this morning, and it's got some dents and dings and stuff in it like that I want to fix. But I was looking at it, and I was like, man, I'm so grateful for that car. That thing is, man, it does a lot for me. My brother and his wife gave it to me, and I'm really grateful for it, and I'm grateful for all my junk I got packed in here, right? Because when I moved in here, there was like a mattress on the floor, and there was really nothing. You know what I mean? I've accumulated all this stuff. It's been given to me, and I appreciate it. And how I appreciate it is I keep it clean. I keep my bed made. I keep my room clean, and I take care of the things that I got. So and I know through doing all that, being optimistic that things are just going to continue to get better. Like I've said on here before, like I have a vision of, what I want in my life and what I don't want, because I've certainly got experience with what I don't want. I don't know what things are going to turn out to be, or how my life's, what things are, how, what I mean, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, a curse into a blessing, February 11th. We have become very grateful in the course of our recovery. We have a disease, but we do recover. Basic text, page 8. Active addiction was no picnic. Many of us barely came out of it alive, but ranting against the disease, lamenting what it has done to us, pitying ourselves for the condition it has left us in. These things can only keep us locked in the spirit of bitterness and resentment. The path to freedom and spiritual growth begins where bitterness ends. With acceptance. There is no denying the suffering brought by addiction, yet it was the disease that brought us to Narcotics Anonymous. Without it, we would neither have sought nor found the blessings of recovery. In isolating us, it forced us to seek fellowship. In causing us to suffer, it gave us the experience needed to help others. Help no one else. Hold up. It gave us the experience needed to help others. Help no one else was so uniquely suited to offer. In forcing us to our knees, addiction gave us the opportunity to surrender to the care of a loving higher power. We would not wish the disease of addiction on anyone, but the fact remains that we addicts already have this disease, and further, that without the disease, we may never have embarked on the spiritual journey. Thousands of people search their whole lives for what we have found in Narcotics Anonymous: fellowship, a sense of purpose, and conscious contact with the higher power. Today, we are grateful for everything that has brought us to this blessing. Just for today, I will accept the fact of my disease and pursue the blessing of my recovery. Big facts. So, had I not gone through all the things that I've been through in my life, and I've been through a lot, but, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. And sometimes, honestly, like, I struggle with that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, man, I have fucked so much shit up. And, and I look at people my age and where they're at, and, I get to comparing my outsides to other people's outsides, right? Or my insides to other people's outsides. But, I try not to do that, but I'm not going to lie, I do. And I struggle with it sometimes, and sometimes I don't. But, at the end of the day, I'm grateful for what I got. I'm grateful for who I am. I'm grateful for the ability to get on here, and the positive feedback I get from y'all and the people that message me and tell me, that they watch my videos. And, man, that stuff means a lot to me, because really I get on here to vent. I get on here to read this stuff and maybe like someone that can't read can listen to it, or, someone that's struggling that day hears something, and it helps them through the day, man. Because sometimes it's just like that one little sentence you hear in the day that turns your whole fucking day around. So, man, I'm grateful to be clean today. I don't much like reading. I still don't even like reading at the meetings, but you know, I'm just like, fuck it, man. I got a greater purpose. I don't know what that is, but something led me to want to do this. So, man, I love you guys. I thank you guys for your support. Like and share this if you can, and let's try to reach as many people